Fortwell Solicitors, and when you work could draw for so what's not hache. Wow, Saka on Krata. Naswedi a drone swa, a yomokokra, a bunny passing any a jumamun sendia. Omutim Makotenipa, Omu, the many pebia. Nadia Nika Muponi said, no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Holmes Station. Buses 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
Opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday beyond your Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
Na baby I will be around me the enchia kese emapa yeda nyankopon ase ene day so ode yakwa achi biem said you wonim no yasa ehia ewo afidi kese so dwumedi ayato ni den say legal hour eno yede ebrewo Tuesdays bia enenti ene akoye Tuesday dey na tese yasa ba wa kwan so biem ayesa baba be so mo so wo hwe wo bre na 9 minutes past 10. You best sorry Jumedi so level said your die no meeting at the Mamalim. Many lawyer Daniel Cray and I did Jumedi bawa quine so in a day. Sabre to suffer when you are friend down for Catherine said Jumedi no edru so na embra emiti ibi na on femu a futu na on fa embone bra and was aquine. So said the any no obi my so and yet na obi my so tenaso de it's nano enimia. Na ebanes aso na esese yetimi enya emranim ni a obetimi akyerɛkyerɛ niema ani so amayehu sɛ de yebesidi ni yanamo ebesisi iye na yankwa ankɔtɔ asembia mu anase yehu ankwa ankɔba asembia mu ɛno nti no enedai yasa ahyia a ye baba besom wo ɛwɔ ɛyɛ saa ɛkwan no so ye baba besua de na yamayani ada hɔ na yehu ni a esese yeye enyina ɛwɔ ɛyɛ saa ɛkwan no so gidi sɛ ya ready na to say ye baba be kwa na we say you too far na ye do akonene ye be din komo e de afa ho say applying for a student route visa outside the UK dear necessary ye dear necessary hu dear necessary de bu akwan mu ni nyina e ho komo e na ye baba boy o lawyer e wa ha die obekyerekyere ni mani so say the da ye no no wutie ye ndwumedie ya na say wo follow ye ya hu ni say ye bie e phone lines na etum e brace mu ye ne say mala ya kwan e ma ne kasa kyerɛkyerɛ ne mu de kyerɛ e ma ye ni eda hɔ no mo say de be ya ye ba mu a ye hu kwan ye be fa so e bo bisa ye questions no nti no sa na ye no ye ma ne kwan ma ne kyerɛ ni no mu nti ne pa kyɛw a time kutu e brace mu me the phone lines ne betudwa e de ama me de kan introduce me ho a kyerɛ introduce lawyer kyerɛ na mala ya kwa ba na wa kyia ye na ya hyedi me di na say lawyer good morning
Mama Lane
e pa kyɛw ho ye
o nyame adome ho ye papa na so e
nyame adome ho ye pa mpacho chia etiefo na omuhu nipa o ye na na se hwehwe wa ye hu
mo joining for the first time no your friend lawyer Daniel Koi me fi Fortwell Solicitors ye firm yeah based at North London closest station Ben Wood Green Tempark Lane Station, Hornsey Station, any of these three stations, Nina, with me, if you honor Abaya Sweho. Apart from that, you know, there are a number of buses at a fire hall. You know, a banner Fortwell Solicitors are anything immigration, from asylum applications, student visas, sponsorship license, work permits, anything under immigration biano or by a swear why betimi abwa or saquano so. Now apart from immigration, so no, we have other areas of law to say family law. Into family law, say ebano. Child issues, social services for Nemo a Dino, Quambia Enya would resign sem be obi harass open no molestation order. Ninyana ebetimi edi ehu ejuma ama. Apart from that, so wills and probates into no say Namia wadom wabenya unkrata irie when yasikebia to help so making sure say who beja bibia kama na wuni honom da chibia intokwa amba oba yebe boa no wasisi wichi well yebe yama kama apart from that yes civil litigation and employment matters into no say we may be na discrimination be cause redundancy be apamo dismissal be unfair dismissal, all those issues say you want us to look at it for you at this stage and the topic I did at to student route visa applications IAFE amanone and I say we because over outside the UK abakuma say and nona and then media to drive me per se ye di enho enkomo ene anope normally
yo you better was lawyer na me de pa so be tatawa no say
I don't know you the power
no de pa nti say no me akase me de mu na ya baba be hu o sa kwan so na ya hu ni
that's it
you abusia for and a lawyer dey atudwa e dey amaye no nti no yen say bre no ye ba be sha se be jemu ama lawyer na what the afemu na de sese ye hu bia no so outside the UK we say oba na be student e kwan ya be fa so ne ade ni nyina no lawyer mame embra ho na afi yen tuma o say e dey sese yen ye e dey ne sese ye hu ni nyina mu no me pa chowa wa no sia e be bisa hu nsem bisa
yo say a bano student route visa outside the UK. There are so many things say and you will need to consider. And then topic of discussion, you will look into in you need to consider and send away visa application. You better share baby anytime any quine so faso and sana what they student visa application atum and the process of submitting your application a quine aube faso na obey online application ankasa. Then the application checklist documents any evidence we expect say ubetimi enya na what they account or application na unye ria kwan obefa so sabeka wo visa na waba krom ha say ena se de enia enimu no o hwedwen papa na wo dwen bone so ho inti de say in case ya farmer wa refusals ebemu a kwan ben na obefa so to deal with those refusals. Then we'll look at a few questions, frequent questions are in for eta ebisa efa applications it is very important say at this gen channel we are going into student visa because most students and as most universities started or more school academic calendar in August September. Na paying the brain and for trends last minute akabe 1 month be anase we na omaye ya starting courses no na afas na omo friend lawyer na me dem person be school September when me person be school September when I get in December break. So we have started Dero Yanase ye bohu Dero from now. Say if you are thinking say Obeba University ewo UK, then this is the best time for you to start making preparation into and sana obey application say and you need to consider a number of things and sana why it is very, very important to understand say oba be student visa application and generic permission if you can see for the bema say brana be kusku as you wish there be a specific the student visa ne emawa the mouth for specific course for a specific institution. And untimi enkoje student visa enko say bia mpese me ko Oxford University na oba na unhu bebia Oxford University wo na ohwe de we muniama etia o si me nko hobium sisi ade mpese me ko Greenwich University ana se untimi nka say bia opese obeye electrical engineering na efe ubedu ha say na unhu say Chrome half for crown pono omo social workers and as on nurses into no say me electrical engineering na emboa me into the CCA de me nursing course instead. That it doesn't work like that. Okay. It is very, very important to understand say there are 4 types of sponsorship license universities and educational institutions, or more. There will be a friend a track record, there will be a friend a student sponsor, there will be a friend a probationary sponsor, and there will be a friend a legacy sponsor. You need to answer na ube choose university crow or pese wokono. You need to understand, says, university and as that educational institution that you want to attend, what type of sponsorship license in a omwo. Say, oko home office for websites, na oko register of license sponsors for students. There is a list of all the educational institutions and the type of license are omwo. Omu kura sponsorship license for students and I say be a friend a track record and na omobetimi offer the widest range of courses with sponsorship. If you are my university you or sponsorship license, all right, but only sponsorship license for some specific courses. Sa uku school na so course bia na omuntimi and sponsor. All these things are very, very important things. Na ese and son what thinking of which university you need to apply for, because university applications are very complicated. It takes a lot of work. So we throw personal statement and say we a few research and son why university application into say be now one year or research properly. One share emra any hono, you will waste it on university be crown pa omuntimi nyeden omuntimi emboa. So it's very, very important say you do your homework well before you decide what type of university you are going to make an application to. You do check. Sometimes, I get a lot of inquiries and I say we programs and go for say, oh, lawyer me person me go school UK. Obetimi ayama. Yes, me aye ama. But as a student who wants to study in the UK, you just don't come to a lawyer and say minkope school man amempe course ma. One kasana ubabi suya at the end. You need to have done your homework well. You need to know the type of course you want to study. You need to know area crowd person utina UK because in UK there are over 1,000 universities. All these universities, specialist courses are ABIA or moye. When you come to a lawyer or you come to an agent or you go somewhere and you say, well, maybe the universities, you are not helping yourself. You are not helping the person who has to help you as well. It's very, very important. And so now phone, so with the student visa application, you have done your homework. You know the type of universities you want to attend, the type of courses that you need to do. And now ebi musu ebe bisa se na se opese wo ba hasia obia na ehia visa and sana wabe study Krum Hasia now. The answer is yes. Most people are omobeba Krum Hasia no here immigration permission to come here no. Ebe here student visa and sana metimi abede omabetua de Krum Hasia. This even includes EU nationals omuni settlement scheme nibi. Intino Central 4 frame obi honma otimi frame say meba or frame if you continent meba wa hase or person by UK we intimi anremu and sana yefi EU. Is it too late? Yes, it may be too late, say, obebemu as EU national, but so uba school has said, a client at the home, waiting your college student visa, be no wide. Now, there was short term student visas, your visitors visas are at minimum who quite now be short courses be, and only may be different, but any course be a year valid for more than 6 months. The expectation is say obey day. Obey application for student visa and sana waba. The other
Mr. Wow friend as I bring to me picky course be Mr. Said him be kind so follow ya my lawyer chance man church name my answer na fe ya be lines not to Mr. Now we can't pick any course right now Tino you be lines not to abrace me pachoa lawyer Mr.
Medasi bebre Mama Lane. The other thing that we need to look at and sana obey application, where, when, and how to apply. Let's start with the where first. If I say we student visa application if very, very important say any student visa application be obey you are doing it from home country and I say be okay legally. No say frame if you Kuwait. Now, okay, me say lawyer, my question Kuwait a Juma at the moment, but me person me yes student application, student visa application. It may not be possible for you to make the application from Kuwait. Biana will need work permit or Kuwait. So it's all come back to Ghana and acquire application. So what's in South Africa now? What's any other country apart from Ghana? Now you're Ghanaian. Now say you are thinking, say, obey a student visa application. You cannot make the application need legitimate reason to stay in that country. Intino obi okra work permit or South Africa and I say or Nigeria and or anywhere apart from the home country. So on no person or your application was acronym possible so it's application. But so or as a visitor. Visit short stay work on strike and now work hold on person we decided say na say what yenka na opese oh yes our student visa application yeah and ya dia waiting aye if you need to go to baby ukra or my passport and I say baby normally no what and now obi we catch you say okay now say ebia baby me one cram pono ebia na omuni visa application center ewo honoma. What do I do? Ntino ebia utie me ote Ivory Coast and I say ote Benin. You need way if you can see move for visa application center into the application if you know for any country you need visa application center no the home office have a designated place to submit your application into visa visa application center you need to identify the nearest visa application center waiting no submit your application. Now the other thing that need to be looked at a time being necessary application before our travel about UK has say you need to have made an application and be issued with a visa in your passports and as a vignet their title passports will say but timing it is very, 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 very important. Say share immigration rules untimi enye application more than 6 months time before you are due to start your course. If you are due to start your course in September and now we are in January, you are not able to make an application at this time because your application too earlier. Enye adia omo de bed into the refuse. So you need to look at all those things. Normally, you cannot make any application 6 months after your mouse CAS certificate of acceptance. Certificate of acceptance and a year document and I say numbers be are normally say university in admission or that document will have a number of things also will course the duration of the course maybe course fees any with details also so document and no any so near the year application at the mouth into say year application to a university na say amount admission amount offer letter. Ask them how soon they will be able to issue CAS and amount so that you can time it in such a way say me for CAS in time for you to apply and come here in good time. Now issues be the the timing is very, very, very important. If you are planning to come in September, make sure so you get that planning properly into too early, too late, so that you can come in good time, go through your induction and all the events that are necessary for you to come in. Now wait to me as start take a course properly without any issues. Now when you're near area or we better say quite ben so and I'll be fast now their application. Normally, with the exception of Omomufi, North Korea, everybody will have to go online to submit it online. Okay, most students will need that, and it's very, very important. Say Overcall online, you do the application online, documents on make say upload, you upload it now they call come. Intino say won't me enye, and I say you are not able to follow the instructions over there. Now at that stage, open so the brain near your mawa, you bet me I application amount. It does not matter where you are currently based. If you are based in Ghana, you are based in Nigeria, anywhere in the world, if you want to instruct us for us to help you to submit that application, you bet me abwa. It is very, very important to understand, say, with the student visa application, a point-based application. So, as a point-based application, you need to meet certain points, and once you meet those points, most of the time, you'll be issued with a visa. The job that we do, they say, we make sure say the CAS and as a cast na the amount is it in compliance? Is it compliance? Is it very good? Is it genuine? All the details that is expected to go in there, is it there? Your maintenance and all those things that you need to show, bank account as all they come any qualifications, English language test near there, you need to show to be able to submit the application. Have you got everything in place? There are certain things such as application fee, immigration health surcharge, tuberculosis test. And your country be no here tuberculosis. Most people do, some people don't. But say here we will tell you, especially more mufi Ghana, you need to conduct a tuberculosis test and set up a application. So why now get me a rejected application and as it me refuse your application because you didn't do it, you didn't follow the process. Okay, tuberculosis and also no one the right place. There's only one place Ghana. TB test certificate if you hold them at the choir application. Into this all by now the TB test if you call a boot now the aba unim senya dia the mouth. So all these things are very, very important to understand it. And then going through the biometrics, so we will tell you the process, appointment. Then you might be called for an interview. So sometimes, the Home Office intends on interview students, applicants before granting them immigration permission if they find certain things, maybe a BB and to assume and answer, BB touch man answer, they just want to do clarification beforehand. They may invite you for an interview. If that becomes the case and they want to invite you for that interview, prepare, trust some of the questions that they can ask you and all that so that we can prepare you ideally for that application. Normally, Home Office for standard waiting time, a mobile publish it from time to time, or website, before what the application, we will look at how long it's taking at that very moment. Sometimes it varies. If you want 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, but if you want to 1 month crown, and buy it. Depending on the time that we are making the application, we will be able to advise you what you need to do. Now, application checklist. So when your application area, you need to check, say you meet all the requirements and then you have all the documents that you need to provide. For instance, with financial requirements, I don't know a board in brave form. Depending on the region within UK that you'll be studying, will determine how much money you need to have in your bank account at the time of making the application. Say Obabe school London. They expect you to have more money than somebody who is going to go to school in Liverpool or Sheffield. So this is very, very, very important. Most of the time, the details will be on your certificate of acceptance and as a CAS, and you need to make sure that money is in your bank account, sitting there, and it's been there for at least 28 days before you submit the application. The exchange rate, Omu yusu Rwanda, check Rwanda yusu Bank of Ghana exchange rate and kasa na media exchange rate and also wow them exchange rates there be. The exchange rates you need to go and check on Rwanda to make sure say whatever pounds of money that they want you to have in your bank account, you have done the conversion using the Rwanda website, to make sure say you meet the threshold for the whole duration of the 28 days. The good thing is, if you can say move for inform where you got the money from, that is another advantage. Say now so decided say media me kwa ko bobesia me krasifonia ekwa ko bom na oma bobesia no omo de sika na ama me na me de atum account ma. They don't have an issue with it. Say a scholarship will be en a winya in a scholarship for non socio fees amount so they don't have a problem with it, and that means to say you don't necessarily have to show some bank accounts depending on the details of the scholarship. Now, talking about scholarship, very important for people to understand. Say a ban scholarship, say scholarship, also and also that you need to be aware of. Into no ben train. Now unka say, oh yeah, I'm 100% scholarship until meniaje, and then later on abekosi problems amount. Let me tell you some of the implications that you may have when you have scholarships to come and study in the UK. When you use scholarship to come and study in the UK, at the end of your study period, untimi enkase opese ukoje post-study graduate route, and as a graduate route visa for 2 years, work permit visa that edema students school has without getting consent letter from SARS scholarship secretariat or and as well provide the scholarship for the amount. I have seen a number of times in Crawford koje scholarship say baby suya de e ukrom ha say na efe emrena so say beden work permit because we school if you person you need to understand say work with scholarship na they are giving it to you with the understanding say now they are called bois oh my and nothing amount scholarship first scholarship man because and now say there be the scholarship in the because so when the scholarship people give you the award of scholarship 100% scholarship now you don't need to show over £10,000 in your bank account now wait me abenya university no chrome has say no school area. Remember, say you now have to battle with that secretariat. Say or maybe on consent. Say even though you're the taxpayer seeker amount, say the Sunya Krumo has saying, since we are happy for you not to come back, but now Krumo Hona ye Juma 2 years, so Ope Krampa Bembabio for you to stay. And most of the time, no, people at that time are not able to get those letters. Then it becomes a challenge. It is something that people need to be aware of. And Sana or Makoje scholarship. But there's a trick that I will tell people today. Sometimes, the expectation is say you have obtained 100% scholarship, not 90%, not 95%, not 60%. It is a Okwakoje scholarship. Na bia university fees no eno na ne boyeding but wo accommodation ne kwan obedidi wo krum ha say ne there you think say you can afford to look after yourself opa just take tuition scholarship, don't take 100% scholarship which includes maintenance and which includes feeding. When that happens, you don't necessarily need a consent letter from scholarship secretariat for you to be able to get that post-study visa. These are little things that the Fortwell Solicitors will be able to show you and tell you and guide you through the process. See, there will be me I say we. See, there be a canon. Yeah, dream papa no, yeah, dream bonnet. So refusals. What happens when your application is refused? If your application is refused, I will strongly recommend say obe contact sa university na omoyede omoma okasem. Say o contact you, maybe they will be able to advise you, they may be able to guide you on certain things. I must, however, say they may be skilled in that area, they may be able to help you, they may not be able to help you, I don't know. But you need to know, say, 28 days of the date I'll receive visa refusal notice to put in BBFN administrative review request. With the guidance and everything, we can accept, we can look at it depending on the reasons for the refusal. Say, application, and I say application for administrative reviewer. You cannot necessarily generate new documents to buttress the point. In Crawford, you refuse your more on the grounds of deception, breach of conditions, overstaying in your previous leave. And I said, what backroom has said that now be and yes, we the document be account application. It is very, very important. So whoever is assisting you, you make that person aware, be honest and open and sincere of your immigration history before the person do it. Because see, you bet me I deal with that issue, at the time of application before refusal and but just a refusal and by we are see them trail untimi and providing new evidence at the time or say obey administrative review, because the law do not allow that. Now at this juncture obi betimi ayene administrative review, so yeah farmer, but otimi who say nasem ye de pa, but nobody is listening to him or her. See them tremu from regularly our program way soon. Administrative review idea if you can see more are going to look at your application and make a decision. Into see the cohort still they maintain that position. We can then do what we call judicial review. Judicial review will university the 8th wow Emma judicial review. But lawyers we can assist you with that process. Just get in touch and we will talk you through the advantages and the disadvantages and whether so you have a case or you don't have a case. Now at this stage, frequent questions are students at ebisa. Na nkrofo bebre ebeka se lawyer me pese anka me de visitors visa eba krom ha se na me ba na me behwehwe school ni ade then I decide say me ko school no and I say me ko school. Is it possible say me the standard visitors visa eba krom ha se ya metimi abeje student visa e krom ha se ya? Na the answer is big no. Untimi enka se me de me nan ekoso ahwe say me da na mabeji me student visa whilst me krom ha say there be say person with this student visa and so the visitors visa eba krom ha say answer why your application plan way ahead, because say with the visitors visa and eba obehwe school ni ewie, then you go back and then you go and make an application for student visa. At the time of making an application for visitors visa, remember say if you can for are going to treat it like they will treat any other visitors visa. Maybe I make a Crawford say, say visitors visa anything, but I tell people say it is one of the most difficult visas that you can obtain. At the frontier, very difficult. There's a lot of probabilities, there's a lot of discretion given to the home office workers. Say, be a nipanaya application or the document, a bank statement, the juma or ne read documents, ne nasasio or the BBA application. But you need to satisfy the entry clearance officer say on the balance of probabilities. Nipaya all bano. Obesan kufie and ason san kufie. And sometimes na anko favor. They think say oba enya dia usani pawe obede obeko. Into what happens. It is very, very important say you take the risk factors in place before you say me application for visitors visa abe school no and sanama come back akoji student visa. I tell people say if you can do it, let's do the student visa, because that one is much easier to obtain than somebody visitors visa. Student visa there max points. So when your points now see the amount. So when your points in any farm you bet me the assembly the court and then it will be okay for you. Another question that I frequently get and say, I have a tier 4 or student visa that is still valid. Can I use it to re-enter the UK after my studies is finished? Into the ABA we visa we course it is something that you need to be careful, because sometimes even though we course it is valid, but you may have challenges. The entry clearance officers and as a UK border officers may ask you questions near the so if you are doing it and I say when you're visa now we will course now think twice before you leave. But ideally so application be a person we switch graduate route visas and as a person work permit application they are making sure say why answer na wako say nyame wa dom na say uwie o course na Krom has say, and as all the student visa eba has here, there are so many opportunities for the individual. So we do Krom has say na say bia nyame ye wadom na ukonya jumebi that are willing to sponsor you ubetimi aswitch from student visa to skilled worker visa. Immediately you arrive in the UK, so any problem. So that is one opportunity for you. So Obana say Ebia nyame wadom na show be na person ware no nipa no won krata ukrom hase you may be able to switch to sa nipa na ware no spouse visa without necessarily going back home to go and make an application. It is also possible say Obana so real course na ubetimi switch it to so many different categories of visas such as skilled worker and as a work permit visas, startup visas, innovator visas. All these things are opportunities at the student visa when route will give that individual. So the student visa backroom has now by level 7 and above, which is a master's program and above. It is possible so wait minute will family about wait minute will year and then will back abakroom has said. So that is also another advantage. Ukuna na say we na our partner now ban. Or no bet me a jumebia or pay or bet me any number of hours that they are allowed to. Even though we cross student visa, no, the restriction is for you to do only 20 hours during term time, and then during holidays you can do more hours. No, we realize na obabe count holiday or bet me any number of hours or person or which is very, very good. Until you see how good these things are. And now, so so now so say we course amount 2 years work permit now so the family buy before we course now or family niya any wunya ebetimi switch to sa work permit na the so it is very good, and I will encourage people say they should think ahead, plan ahead when they are doing all these things. At this stage, I think say 15 minutes or so I want it will only be right to be taking some questions from yourself and your listeners on my journey our Facebook.
Okay. Lawyer, thank you so much. Lawyer Anna Achichin Semu Ede Amayeno say na de bia ye no ebina de bia sabre ye bia phone lines no atumu ya na minim say adwuma semu nti no obi o person obi busa the question na wakọ but course so ya na distracting kakra and nti na sabre na ya na ye bia phone lines no atum ti sabre de ni srewa say opese ofre na obisa question bia numbers ni ubetimi afre na lawyer you question no ano edi ama fe phrase 0203 735 8820 0203 735 8820 and say frame mobile 0778 793 9958 0778 793 9958 sabre ena ubetimi afre na obisa o question bia o person obisa lawyer. And I say, oh, share our Facebook, bet me the question no at a platform so and lawyer ano edi amount fe sa kwano eso. And I so bet me a text ya ba na ready am a lawyer ano edi amount. Either way, no, you will have say be you win some nyina edi amount. Na lawyer, the person who say a student visa no. I can't want to me. Obi a ba union kwana ebetimi apply for student visa na.
Enye obi a ba union kwana obetimi apply for student visa. Obetimi aye application for student visa if ebia oba college be. Obetimi aye application for student visa even if oba private independent school for primary. Ntino ebia obi ATM ewo Ghana. Na opese ode ne baketwa eba boarding school ewo primary school ewo UK and as ode ne baba private school ewo UK. It is possible so with me a year application amasa kwalada bana aba. We also have a scheme where we have guardians in the UK who will be able to look after that person for you. Any person who is thinking about that possible say with me but say them a any course and I say any institution you are thinking say ode oba ebeba okrom has say they need to have sponsorship license. Without a sponsorship license, EMFA, and I said they will not be able to sponsor an international student. Before you make a decision, say this is the university or this is the institution that I want to bring that person, college, and I say institution of higher education, and person will be a back room has a home office website. Now go check it, say are they able to sponsor international students or not? If they're able to sponsor international students, then it is possible. So it's Miakosa School.
Okay. I say lawyer wait, Covenant Grace say how long does it take to get the decision for naturalization for a person with indefinite leave to remain married to British citizen and marriage is still subsisting? Also no question on the lawyer.
Normally, no, for naturalization applications, you need to give yourself anything between 6 to 9 months to get a decision. Most applications, and as a less complicated applications, within 6 months, they will get it. The few occasions I've seen some which is going between 6 to 9 months, and then on rare occasions, it will even go beyond that. Most people whose application are a channel. At the time or any application submission, there's been a criminal charge here, and wakunya in Sembu baby. Then the Home Office want to wait or hold on to the application till a decision is made, and I said till they know the final outcome of criminal investigation. Until when that happens, who application with me over 2 years. I've seen some which has been there for 2 or 3 years, simply because at the time now or the application is too now the person is being investigated for a criminal offense. The Home Office want to make sure say who a criminal offense now it is not spent. They will not issue the naturalization certificate for you. So who the application you called to now they investigate you, they will hold on to that application.
Okay. Now I'm say I don't know. I'm more to me I'm a remu UK has say I'm say questions never more pa. Wait, they all can say or EU ni or EU ni in Qatar, obviously. But then when she lady B UK has say our own settlement scheme, but then omo afe no mo hu omo hu nti aware de enyama so say bia obeware di panel anytime soon. But the person who ni say obetimi because only lady no start bibisa bibi o obetimi di aye because o person oba UK ha no obesettle UK ha say obetimi advice nana.
Empacho there be fini honoma obetimi edi oba no aye at this stage. Yeah, fini honoma because nipa na we share no even though mu relationship no munya worry. And in order for us to do any type of application, we either need to show say we need a durable relationship, and for durable relationship to work, and just only need it's na as if sema worry for at least 2 years. So we need evidence of where that happened. Moko yes, idea no continent ho. And I'm Ghana and as no bahana mobeye. Without that, any possible see with me. Into the Yeniana or send us a message, so person we ye be efa hontia. Then you need to take the relationship a notch further. You need to be thinking about say mobile worry. Mobile worry no so no say uye EU ni and now person oba say now mobile warrior. You need to give a notice, you need to get the right papers to come and get married here. And sign a walk back near the application ID at amount. So these are some of the things that we need to look at. In the by any Bema. And possible say because we share will be and the next minute to have a plane say oh baba ritina baby it doesn't work like that.
We see also meeting your friends 0203 8820 or 0778795958 now or the question about now lawyer ayi ano fefe edi amount yeah simo in simpi me pachowa we de bi hu so ntino pa o say send the biem e de farmer me pachowa bi sure e bi mo e de ba me phone e so ntino me de ni na both side ntino ebusia ntilo ya me sure wa bibi once I train e ko form mo e de questions about bibi o ha person o kan e de to asoma e na
Yo, yen more continents now. Or meant to me and Ramona, they are thinking of ways to come in. It is unfortunate, say the opportunity may not be there. Okay. But unlike Omwa Ebio Mufigana or Mobano, Obi fi continent with me about interview, ewa say job interview, ewa and then once the job takes him, they will be in a process to do the sponsorship.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, what do you hear, Pan? Pacho, question, my lawyer, would you use up as a butcher India?
Okay, Pacho, meeting the coffee, like I say, list.
Okay, coffee. O question, my lawyer, and say.
The Pacho, the question I'm in the Malaya, and say, Mini Baku Ghana. Na Pacho, ona ye enejuma or self-employed. Now, or try say an uncle the budget a visa at the UK. Now, offense, I'm refusing soon. Or the number goes soon, or the number goes super, but I'm refusing soon. Or registering a juma or try income tax or any BB about visiting Mr. Seda lawyer can say a description. I'm refusing now. Pacho, no percent 1 year and set up visa. Na sisi ano enema ba kubina aka senkoye so register onya MVTI grade 1 and 2 no na eno na sisi a o train obisa say eno no say wenyan na say ebia o yeso o say apply visitor visa na ebi ya na ana say ebia so be so ye school na ebi ya na pacho.
Okay, learn pacho what's in the question na say
Matter the question, and the answer is yes. I need to see at the frontier omujina so omudi refuse the previous visa. No. Sometimes the fact say if you can see move for award discretion to judge whether say on the balance of probability nipana or backroom.
Pacho Kofi say who the BBA bisa obetimi dia to so na wait why next row.
Okay.
Me that's it.
See the American with the way visitors visa, even though you can say if you can say move for a lot of discretion because they need to check whether on the balance of probabilities, nipana or backroom has or back. It does not necessarily mean say I'm far visa na that's the end of the story. Young lawyers will be able to look at the refusal, look at the reasons of what the Maya or refuse the application and determine say we should challenge that refusal letter or we should not challenge it. Sorry refusal letter, I need to see it because it's a Niniana etimi edi nyema bebre egu otuani income tax otuani BBA or register the company in it. So it was quite a surprise when the application was refused. So first and foremost, we need to examine that refusal before we think of making any further application. Because without examining that refusal, one year or year further application and once a mistake or year previously refusing. So that's the first step. Second step, say a ban of startup visa now. The key thing is English language test. Until the so our English language test in the crown pronounce Onisa NVQ now, any problem. We can be able to guide him on how Obetimi Bahase with the startup visa. The most important thing with the startup visa, ABBFN endorsement. So we can guide through the process. But so near the afa process ni ma kwaje endorsement letter na ediaman ye ria ni ajevisa na ediaman. The most important thing is that the business idea na ni nua na wo very good, very innovative, scalable, and then it is something that we will be able to say viable. And nona your business assistants and our business consultants will be able to help us with that process. Tell him on getting in touch after the program.
Okay,
and
Kofi me the lawyer number betu ja edi amount Mr. Abomodian say obefreno na wetimi akire onyememu ye edi amount. Okay, caller, good morning. Pacho dini baby akase free.
Good morning. We didn't call Kuna make us for London.
Kweku boko there.
Me Adam. Pacho mpesa busa lawyer samgaka.
Busa no.
Pacho metie.
All right. Me Pacho me ma ofi na me fa me you from remember na. Me fa say my apply mo me ma ofi na. Em say means to school 7 years na da je na hon ko na bent documents ama ebrem mum nti mpese mbusa lawyer say ebrem me application mbusa say me an makwa akofa na me yitum say me abetem say madaje ne ne me binji na ma ene me delay ma me ntimi nko so school sem ne adwuma keka bom di ama ewe kakra mpese mbusa lawyer say ene na chini makonya hofro o metimi ahwese metimi enyu be mode nkra na ba ene me question e din kan.
Okay, Mindim say lawyer kasa obetia because previous caller now on tea.
Manim bisa the second question
Second
na me
question,
ya.
your time on so BT e kakranti.
Okay, so my second question is say me fan say at the moment me fan say yet temporary accommodation na say yet now almost 3 years in here. Last year we assessment near so be be my bet say up to now until monka. At the chain say landlord ne ba hon so be hu say or say gate garden gate ne be ebu ama me fix man fixing in term ntino aba be hu bra ntino ohia ne fie no nkran be nti okobo agents na man agents na frame me say enre ya kra but boss am me ka chen say omo free cancel for because me ni hanom for me hanom for cancel for no and so me person busa lawyer say no chi no ebasa say na o me statement tenant agreement no say say the business ya more ya infection na be better than landlord company tue na e bia council oni ntime mo e bi ma na e better say me nimu asem ye me person busa lawyer say bibisa wa na say stay no because me nyanti bibi en free council no but o mo no na frame agency for na frame me can we chere me ma me letter bia so ye
okay all right lawyer mpacho bibi abibisa na nsa na odi atoso na
Actually, no. Okay. Yo, Efan.
If you have it me the atoso na wait why okay that's me the lawyer number
Yo.
is better jama now our friend later all right lawyer
Efan the first question no hono nemba na omufie no no say at the time of application no or no ka so be kwakofa enkwala na but unfortunately no enya de obetimi akọ say if obi efiga na eba na se opeso de nkwala ne share omonsa obetimi aye bibi e friend no affidavit and na se statutory declaration say oba ye lawyers ne ho a ebetimi a draft bibi sa e de abasa nipa no na nipa no e de na aba
wait them is very important say e be free when is ntima me fa number nto dwa say the be ya omomuti through radio no betimi enya won number na person contact one pacho free lawyer e was 07944 976161 07944 976161 and I say 0203 325 7030 and your office line 0203 325 7030 and our mobile 07944 976161 me that say lawyer mpacho to us me.
Yeah, say let me try no nemba na omo fie na ono ntimi nkofa omo no. So opese obi ede omo ba ana obi etu kwan ba na opese ode omo shomo sa. The ideal thing is say obey affidavit and as obey statutory declaration. Say oba ye lawyers no why ebetimi aboa no ama na prepare such a document. Na ode ahye sa nipa nensa na sa nipa no ede kwala na ayede abre no enye problem. Ne second question efa ne dine ho no no say your mouth tenancy agreement near mouth conditions say in case of anything contact the council and let them know that's the way breachy those conditions are on betimi use those conditions no omode are victim of course say if there's a defense there's a good reason why when timi are reporting immediately and as you were preparing to report it in a landlord ni ebehun ya also ubetimi with defense ayede ako but say you know I will do my best and speak to the council and explain my side of the story to them. And sana, or may make any decision say be victim if he a honum and answer because what you don't want to say be kasa one kasa and wash that way homeless. Then if that becomes the case, very difficult say ubenya a die for fraud from the council. Into the Bema, just be proactive with the situation, give them a call, explain your side of the story, and hopefully you'll be okay.
Okay, lawyer, me de ketu ebi ma say the na wo kan wen wie no about one moment me am remu no kakra na nam say na wo kan patro wie ho no ma ye na fe last
yes ntimi ambe remu no there are some category of people they can still come. Omo historical evidence say they have been in the UK before. into no ABA Oba Krum has say 10 years ago, 5 years ago, before Brexit in 7 Crampo Air started, Abe Jumabe GP, we are now some call back, but unfortunately, no, when to me and submit to application in time, it is possible, says still no. Yeah, beba it me abua no way sa application so long as I want evidence. And yes, we can say, oh, lawyer say me abua, even though my band now we need to out the betray now about say there be you need to get the evidence. And your lawyer never pay evidence now. Any good lawyer will not go out there and say me try evidence about there be and yes sir. One is a copy genuine evidence now the banner the born the application amount. Secondly, no say bia went me amba but we boost you be we it's me eba before the Brexit and I say even one background it's me by because that time we need one craft and I say we need EU continent book even 20 me about banity kind eba get in touch and also you wait me abwa now wait me aba at this stage but so family member bia ni has say yeah, can family member we are talking about umba and that's all mame. Those are the family members. We are not talking about where we cousin warfare CBA we say we muhana and Fabo Bibia and you be near Camisro into all those people who want to get in touch and we will be able to assist them. Yeah, that's be brave. Mama join and mama share so.
Thank you so much, lawyer. Me pacho me sad the lawyer number to JB me pacho se won fire fa twagu so e wo screen ne so obetimi afa na wafre lawyer Daniel na wetimi aboa e wo question biara e kire wo so biara mesro a frɛ 0203 325 7030 0203 325 7030 and I say from mobile 07944 976161 07944 976161 said you know ye breno ason apa ho na ebina de bia na ye ba wa kwan so ntino ene day so aha ene edu besie ni aka se na wotwe senne nyame ede ye nkwache ya ye besa aba ni aba besum wo dwumedie so me pa chowa get in touch with the lawyer na ontimi emboa my entrance entwen niema so student visa no tin say no e kwan da ho pa eya ebetimi aboa visitors visas no do baby esi etwa so na see ebetimi the school na aba eno so betimi amai chances bebre esa kwan so ntino ene de ba wa kwan so enie many lawyer Daniel enebesomo meeting edi mama len aha GN radio went to me ntie anase afi no adwani oso ma messy a lot there be ebe wo page hono mo okwa betimi asa start na wa hwe video no na de ye kan nyina so no wetimi apeke de sese opeke edi free mu wetimi apeke edi free mu e wo sa kwan de so ntino ebeda mu nyina amase se da ye ba mo gye yen feso untimi like ya abomodin asa obekwa akwa like untimi share so abomodin asa obekwa akwa share edi amaye e wo sa kwan de so eno ntino aha ina edu we see ya crown lawyer. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. With that, Sibi.
So that's Nyame had maybe share next week.
Pacho. Bye.
Ya cramo. Bye.
Yo, Ghana for you want English approach my moha. Ya swedi. Yenye emrenyimfo a won akwatare wo emrenimo a poto kasa mu ye kasa a lawyer for entimi nianom mumyemfo ye immigration ensem nyina enko dan wo mo Fortwell Solicitors emrenimo akuku drofo se watna ha che ombebua wo ma wonsa kan wo krata na se wedi edro nso a eyo mo kokokra eba ni nipa sitena mu ani adwuma mu nsem bia omudim akotene pa omo wo mre di mani pa bia na de enika wo mu poni se no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Hornsey Station. Buses 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
Opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday beyond your Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
You are listening to GN Radio UK.